This is what I think about the miracles of Jesus. I kind of just thought of this actually over the last couple of days because I saw a movie about Jesus. A couple movies about Jesus. I saw the movie Jesus and I saw The Greatest Story Ever Told. They're both really good. And whole lot of part about the story of Jesus is the miracles. And there's lots of different people who claim they saw the miracles. All four of his apostles that wrote those Gospels. And the miracles happened in front of lots of people. He brought a dead guy back to life. He turned water to wine. He created bread for hundreds of people out of thin air. He resurrected. He made a crippled guy walk, a blind guy see. Now, the question is, was all this stuff made up by people to try to get people to believe in his teachings and their religion? Or did the miracles really happen? Well, I have entertained both thoughts. I have, thought, oh, well, he didn't, there were no miracles and he was just a guy who taught. And then I was thinking, maybe not, maybe it's miracles did happen. And I'm thinking now that the miracles actually did happen. And the reason I believe that is because every religion believes in miracles and has tales of miracles. The Buddhists have tales of miracles. And I've actually seen miracles myself in my own life. I've mentioned this a million times before on my videos, but a crack in my windshield that went all the way across completely disappeared one day, and my teeth completely came together 3 days after that happened. And then lots of people talk about, how the hand of the Jesus and Mary suddenly will bleed in churches and stuff like this. And if so many people talk about it, then how would it not? How could it be a lie? And then and the life itself is a miracle. Just looking at my garden and watching just grass and weeds bubble up, and every couple of months you have to fill up all these bags of leaves, and then that seems like the dirt's just growing right out of the earth there. Like sunlight creates stuff, and just stuff happens. And and then all the aliens and what the aliens say, and that and the whole concept of heaven, everything, and all that stuff happening here. Now, but also, I think it would be possible, if I see the miracles, why wouldn't Jesus be able to do it? And maybe Jesus. So then, who was this guy? Who was Jesus? He must not have been a real human. Maybe he was an alien. Now, they even say that he wasn't even born of. I'm thinking at this point right now that he was an alien. Because those three wise men knew about his birth before he was born, and they came and visited his parents the night he was born. His birth was prophesied. He wasn't even conceived by his father, but it was by his mother. So maybe genetically he was an alien, and he was conceived by an alien, and then he had special alien DNA that could understand that kind of stuff better. Now, do I always believe that? No. Sometimes I go, oh, well, yeah, that could have been not true. I mean, 2,000 years ago, there's all people can make up all kind of stuff, and then it wouldn't. That could turn out to not be true. But the thing is so many people witnessed those miracles that they must have happened. Now, another reason why I do believe in the miracles is because the kind of stuff that he was teaching at that time, turn the other cheek, if someone steals your coat, give them your other coat. In those days, yeah, and then also, just believe in God for everybody. In those days, that stuff was seen as weakness, and it was revolutionary thinking. Turn the other cheek and give them the other coat. That was like a dog-eat-dog world back then. That was seen as weakness. Now, somebody going around preaching that, some, regular guy, I don't think would catch on, unless he had some helper things happening like the miracles. Now, if somebody would say that stuff and people would be like, oh, you're crazy, And I'm sure, no, I don't want to like disrespect people in the ancient times. There was lots of really smart people in the ancient times, and you know, just as smart as we are now, genetically just as smart, the same people. Um, but to come and those concepts, I'm sure, have also been around for a long time before that. But for it to catch on like that, um, I think it would have needed all those miracles. Because people, let's face it, people were really primitive back then. We had slavery, we had, I mean, the Roman civilization, you know, it wasn't like a civilization like today, you know. You had people, you had the top politicians killing each other, and conniving, you know, it was like mafia, oso everywhere. So somebody teaching that kind of hippie stuff that Jesus was teaching, I think he would have had to have some help, like from the miracles. Um, Now, if I was like an overseer, and I think this our planet does have overseers, caretakers, keepers, aliens. If I was that to a planet, that's what I would do. I'd bring a person down to teach that kind of stuff, and then I would throw in a bunch of miracles to get people's attention. And and technologically, you could do that kind of stuff. You could hypnotize. You could, you know, hypnotize. People get abducted by aliens, and then they lose time, and then they show up, and it's 3 hours later, but they don't know. I mean, people didn't have watches back then. Maybe they just hypnotized all the people at the or abducted all the people at that wedding, switched out the water and the wine, and then started it up again. I don't know. There's all kinds of ways. I'm sure you can do that. You know, and the bread. Maybe somebody, some alien, some flying saucer that was invisible came and dropped a whole bunch of bread. I don't know. But thing is yeah, I think I do. I think I do believe in the miracles that they really did happen. Um, because miracles happen today, so why not back then? Um, yeah, so that's what I think. Yes, yes, I say to the miracles of Jesus.